gurgling water, everybody. Hey guys, Love Academy 2000 here, and welcome back to the finale of Little Nightmares, or Part 8, if you want to be technical about it. In the last episode, with no other option left to go, we continued 6's story. During that story, we made our way through the guest area, which had some of the most nail-biting experiences ever, which I really reacted to. Them. I'm sorry, I've seen how the game plays out, and creepy characters aside, none of the chase sequences bother me that much. But my sticky note misspellings definitely bother me. Anyway, we knocked out the guest room right here. And in this episode, we have completed all of the other chapters. There is only one chapter left for us to go to, and that is the finale. And that chapter name is The Ladies' Quarters. And yes, the character that we have been after, the character that we have seen since the second chapter, where in that dream that woke 6 up, and the person that turned Will into a gnome, you guessed it, is the final antagonist of the game. Her name is quite literally the Lady. And this is the Ladies' Quarters. So, fun fact about this particular level, there are no gnomes here. Every one of the first 4 chapters has 3 gnomes that you can hug, but there are no gnomes to be located in this chapter, partially because it's the shortest in the game, I think. Like, outside of one chilling sequence and the ending, there isn't that much to explore here. But for right now, yeah. This is... Can I pull that down? No, I can't. And for right now, as you can tell, everything's gone silent, but there's only 2 things in the entire room. There's this clock, and then there's her. Be extra careful when dealing with the lady, because, as we've seen already, she is magic. However, she's also intelligent. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to hop over to this pot right here, and you're going to want to push it. And you notice how I haven't immediately done this. Hide underneath the bed, because like everyone else, normally what happens is they will straight up go for the noise. However, as it turns out, the lady is much more devious than everyone else, because she's simply vanished. And while we're at it, since I've been collecting them, let's go ahead and pick up this statue. I don't think I've gotten them all, but I know I've gotten a good chunk of them. So anyway, let us move forward. We're going to be taking this key down to the... stop throwing it. Or stop dropping it. It's actually the more accurate thing. So we're going to be taking this key down to the floor with the lock on it. I think this is the final locked door in the entire game, which that's nice. Look, it's Slenderman in a bow tie on that wall right here. That's my key. Stop throwing the key. Stop throwing the key. 6. I know we had a great time last time. You actually operated correctly, so please don't. All right, this room. Make a booking for the other side of the room at about the halfway point. At about the halfway point, the lady is going to magically conjure herself up. And yeah. Just keep booking it. And we are entered the mannequin room. Go over to the other side of the room. And there is a plank that you can grab. And then there is this, an obsidian mirror. And then you're going to return, and there she is. Even though she is taller than us, welcome to the final fight of the game. Welcome to the encounter with the lady. The lady has 6 hit points, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get to the center of a spotlight, and then when she spawns in, you're going to want to direct the mirror directly towards her. Once you have gotten her 6 times, you win the fight. She only has to hit you once, though, to defeat you. Remember this. Occasionally, she will do this. And the longer the fight goes, the faster you have to get her in the mirror's light. The reason why this works comes from the ideology that obsidian mirrors, or obsidian, I believe it's just obsidian, was magical, had magical properties instead of normal mirrors. I don't know if this has significance, but that's how we're fighting her. That's basically how we're fighting her. Also, if you look right there, you can see that 6 has white shorts. There's 5. And there's 6. After the 6th attempt, the mirror will break and it will trigger the finale sequence of the game. We are hungry again. And after this, I'm sort of, like the last time we got hungry, I'm going to sort of just stay quiet. Thank you so much for watching, again. But everything good must have a definitive, heartfelt ending. Including the lady. Now I'm going to be quiet. And that's it. That is the entire game of Little Nightmares. So, yeah, I guess you can understand why they sort of needed a DLC to explain why. It's one of the... It's a vague ending that does not explain a lot, and the answers it does are left confusing at best. A lot like Bending Machines to Hell and Back ending. Probably the most infamous case of that. So yeah. The actual ending of the game. This was a very short part. Definitely not as long as any of the others. Although I don't think we had a single part go over 40 minutes. Which I think is actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I would like to thank 8-Bit Ryan Game Theory for giving me pretty much references for guides and stuff. I think if I had played this blind, I don't think I would have been able to do this. I do not think I would have been able to record this blind. I already promised you guys that if we do Little Nightmares 2, I'm going to be doing it blind. So I cannot wait for that. Which means I've got 2 2020 games that are on my plate that when they release, I am going to be all hands on deck with, because I know that if I don't, I'm going to inevitably spoil myself. Thanks to Infinite Spirit, you know the guy, he's been on multiple Roblox videos. He actually was supposed to be my co-guest for The Depths, and he actually recorded footage for The Depths, but the footage clipped, so we couldn't actually record, we couldn't keep the footage, plus I accidentally mentioned my own name, so that was a big no-no. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys my real name, but for now it's Lava, the end. Special thanks to Roy. He, despite me saying it multiple times, and despite it being a very simplistic logo, I would like to thank Royception for making the logo for my channel for Little Nightmares. It's only going to be on for 3 weeks. It was on last week, now this week, and it's going to be for the entirety of next week before I start up my next LP. The reason why I went with Little Nightmares as a Let's Play is because it was something a lot shorter than Bioshock. And I already have plans to do another long game. I'm not going to tell you what it is, of course. But yeah. We're going back to another very long Let's Play after this. After having Bioshock be an 18-parter, I feel like we needed to have something that was less of... Oh, hey, look, it's Drew Galloway's brother, John Galloway. Anyway, I needed to have something that was definitely not as long, but also it was a lot different. It's a sharp turn, because the first 5 games you've played, outside of Bioshock, all of them have had this cartoony feel. And they did, Bending Machine was a cartoony horror game, Kindergarten was cartoony children's death murder, and Cuphead was, let's not talk about Cuphead because I'm still angry at Grim Matchstick for what he did to me like 2 months ago. Then we had Bioshock, which was a realistic first-person shooter that took me, 15 hours to clear? I don't actually know. And now we have this game, a game that is not as popular as it was back in 2017 and 2018, but honestly, with it coming out in 2020, the sequel to the game, plus there already being a mobile release that I'm not going to bring up, I'd still say that, all jokes aside, this game might actually be one of my favorite out-and-out just horror games. It scares me. It terrifies me. But I think it's got its charm. Obviously, I have not 100% of the game. I think I got 2 of the 10 gnomes, 2 of the 12 gnomes. And I think I missed, 4 of the lady statues. I might do an extras video that'll accompany this project, just to get it out of the way. And I also have plans to do the Cuphead extras video by myself, not doing multiplayer, because that's sort of its own mode. The Bioshock DLC is going to be the extras for that one. And that's going to be complicated on its own right, because a lot of the BioShock extras sort of pull out spoilers from BioShock 2, and I haven't played that, and I don't have plans to play that for a while. Yeah, no, I don't have any plans for BioShock 2 right now. You're gonna have to wait a little while for that. Anyway, so yeah. I think that's all of my thank yous out of the way. Once again, reiterate, thank you 8-Bit Ryan, thank you GT Live. Your Let's Plays were extremely informative and helpful for me to get through. Thank you, Roy, for making the logo. You rock. Can't wait for you to make the other Little Nightmares logo when that inevitably comes out 4 days after I do it. I'm still waiting for it to happen. I know one of these days I'm going to play this old late game, and then the new one's going to release like 3 days later. So yeah. Final thoughts on the project. It's easily my most polished project to date. I'm very proud of it. I made the thumbnails myself. I added the title, which I thought was really good. I created intros and outros, which I thought was really good. The thumbnail for each video it had the same zing. The thumbnail was really on point, and I felt like I actually did a really good job explaining everything. Unlike Cuphead, where I felt all over the place, and BioShock, where there was a lot of instances where I felt tired out because it was such a long game. I actually don't think I ever had one of those instances in this game where I felt like I didn't want to record today, because every day, even though it was a game that terrified me, every day, because I recorded this over a 5-day period, actually no, over a 4-day period. The failed recording of Depths took place on Monday, and then every day past that, every Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I recorded 2 parts. And every single day, I felt ready to record, and that's something that BioShock just didn't have. And I think that's why I liked doing this project so much, because every day I was enjoying it, seeing my plans popping out on the screen, and man, these credits are long! Wow! Wow, as I say that, the footage ends, and there we go, Little Nightmares. Is there a teaser? No, there's not. I was wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what the mall looks like from the surface. It's a much bigger ship. Thank you for playing. Thank you so much for playing my game. Now come and pick me up. And there we go. Little Nightmares. Cleared all of the chapters of the game. All 8 of them. I may have done that in a very stupid, wonky order. I want to see something real quick. Shift. I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed 5 of the statues. And like I say, there we go. Oh wait, what? There's 13 gnomes. Okay, that's right. The 13th gnome is the one you eat. Sorry, Will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Follow me on Twitter if that's your cup of tea. It has been a blast. Following this episode, I'm going to have an extras video where I do a little bit of like explanation of like stuff, if that makes sense. And I'm also going to detail like some of the extras and stuff. I'll also be telling you some neat little facts and stuff. Basically, the episode after that is basically just going to be miscellaneous aplenty. So there you go. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.